It must be so great for you to have this outlet to be able to speak your mind. I mean, a lot of people obviously know you from Rage and from Audioslave as well, and this is something that isn't super new. It's just, you know, a couple of records that have come out in the last couple of years, but tell me about the genesis of the alter ego.
At the beginning of Audioslave, it was clear to me that that band was not going to, at least lyrically, represent my point of view. I'm a big fan of Chris Cornell and his lyrics, and in order for a band to be artistically successful, I think it has to be honest. And that band's very honest in what it wrote and what it played, but I needed another outlet through music. When Audioslave formed, Serge Tanky and I formed the Axis of Justice organization, but I found for me that wasn't enough. Like, I'm a musician, I'm a guitar player. And so I picked up a guitar and just started going to coffee houses and open mic nights. I signed up as the night watchman, sang a couple of songs. Even when we were on tour, on nights off, I'd look in the local paper and just go out and play. And even in those shows where I was playing in front of 8 people and a latte machine, it felt like those were every bit as important as the arena shows with Audioslave. Some nights they felt more important. And so when Audioslave broke up, it sort of opened the door for me to do this full time. And I've never felt like I've had a bigger leap forward as an artist, except for when I began to learn how to play guitar solos, is when I started doing this and really found my voice.
Well, I really dig the record. Can I ask you about the Audioslave breakup? I mean, now that a little bit of time has gone by, why do you think that the band broke up? And if I was to ask Chris Cornell the same question, what do you think he would say?
I think we'd have the same answer. The band broke up because he quit. I don't think it's much more complicated than that. All of a sudden, we didn't have a singer. We're like, oh, I guess we're not a band anymore.
But did you see that coming? I mean,
it's all bands are difficult. All bands are, if you've ever been in a band, there's dynamics. There's probably 4 things. There's drugs, money, ego, and band girlfriends are the 4 things. If you've ever been in a band, some combination of those 4 things is going to cause stress fracture. And Audioslave was no different. But we had I greatly enjoyed the time in that band. We all were, I think, both musically and personally healed each other a great deal. And at the time, I thought it was very silly to break up a multi-platinum band in a world where it's harder and harder to find an audience. It was the best possible thing that could have happened. It opened the door to reforming Rage Against the Machine. It opened the door for me to do the Night Watchman stuff full time. I've never been happier, more satisfied creatively than I am right now. So it played its part, and now it's gone. It's totally cool. Everybody gets along great. We're all good friends. We get along better than we ever did during the 10 years when the band existed. Musicians and artists, from country to rap, were just preyed upon by this established system of managers, record companies, booking agencies.